Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, there's nobody in yet. So let's wait for them to get in. Okay. We're not starting yet. We're waiting for people to come in. I'm going to delete the other one. Studio. Let me YouTube Studio. Studio. Live. I'm deleting the other one because I didn't hook up the stream thing because I've been moving from this studio to the other studio. That's been the problem. Okay, so let's move. Let's take that, and then let's put that here, and we're going to delete this forever. Okay, and then we go here, and then we go back here. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm waiting for more and more people to come in again. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Input. Audio input. That's there. That's there. Where is the image? Okay, and then that's there. Okay, we're on. I see you, we're on. DD Plectrum, we're on. Waiting for everybody to come back. I had to restart it because I didn't do one of the two things. Because every time I move to the other room, I've got to change the audio and the visual part of it. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. Let's go here. Let's go here. Edit video. I'm going to change the customization thumbnail. Upload a thumbnail. I'm putting a new thumbnail in. I'm doing this while talk amongst yourselves. Maybe ask me a question. And just till we get to 25 people, and then we can okay, 24, 25, 25, 25. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's the right thing right there. Let's hope that that works. Okay. I hope that works. Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, God. I'm going to need your help today. I can just feel it. I've had 4 cups of coffee and it's not enough. We got 29 people. Julian, thank you very much. Dee Dee, thank you very much. Joodles, thank you. Thank you, Gnome Hunter. Keith Bexley, subscribe, like, change. I'm right here. That's wrong. That's there. I'm right here. I'm here. I'm here. There we go. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Everybody, can you hear me? Can you see me? Let's get some positive feedback here. We're at 25. Okay. We're back on track. We're back on track. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer. Yes, what is yes to? Say, yes, I can hear you. Can see and hear clearly, Gnome says. The team hears you, says UK Video Clips. Thank you very much, Dame Claire. Thank you. If I would said some hurtful words online, had a chance to emigrate to the USA, would opt for that yesterday's. Always loved the USA. Always loved it. Always loved it. Hello again. It's Groundhog Day. Yes, because I was going to ask the producer, what else do I need to do before I start the show? But I thought, you know what? I thought I've covered everything, but I didn't cover the sound. I covered the video, and I covered the video, but I did not cover the sound. So thank you everybody else for coming in here. Today is the 20th of October. It's the darkest time of the year. Maybe November is a bit darker. I think this is darker than even November, because it's been so, whatever, it hasn't been super lovely summertime, but it's been summertime. Before people ever travel, they thought, oh my God, this is amazing how warm the weather is, even though it's not really that warm. And this is amazing how sunny it is, even though it's not really that sunny. It's not really sunny. But now that we've traveled places, we think summer isn't that great. But this is pretty bad. It's not pretty bad. It's raining here. I don't know if it's still raining. I haven't been outside today. I haven't been outside. It's in one of those days. And I'm going to have to just get going to get outside and do some things. Dee Dee Plectrum is here. Claire is here. Alan Williams is here. Judels is here. MC Scott is here. Ron Smith. All right, boys. All right. Everybody is back to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked, or whatever you want to call it, Lewis Schaffer Fan Club, or whatever you want to call this gathering that we have. This is show 132, and I think something is going to happen in the next. It goes up and it goes down, and the next step is for it to go up. I don't know how it's going to go up, but it's going to go up. And we got to talk about how we're going to make it go up, but it is going to go up. This is how it happens. I go into a dark time, which I think I'm in right now. And then maybe I'll go on whatever, and then we will do something else. We got 26 people watching. 10 people liking it. Let's like it while we get a chance right now. Warmelian is here. Maltese Phil is here. I'm constantly getting stuff about Malta on my channel. Not on my channel. Jenny is back. Welcome back, Jenny. 8675309. 8675309. Is that number? Is that the number? 8675309. Is that what it is? 867. Maybe that's not exactly what it is. 8675309 by Jenny. Who sang that? Tommy Two Tone. When was that song done? People are no longer calling it. They're no longer calling the numbers. Not released 1981. Do you remember that song? 8675301. So say hello to Jenny. Say hello to UK Video Clips. We're back. And I thought that was quite good. I didn't panic. And the producer didn't panic. I mean, we missed a couple of minutes of the show. I mean, it takes a while to get used to it. And tomorrow it won't happen. I eliminated one problem by fixing the video. You don't remember that song? 867530986. Don't call that number, please. Don't call that problems. I don't know if FM Ghost is FM Ghost. He's here. So I've been banned from Discord because Kermit is a really paranoid man, thinking half the accounts on the server is me. No, FM Ghost. You were being hostile, and we can't be hostile. And Kermit is not blaming you for everything. You shouldn't control your Discord, Lewis. Kermit is a really paranoid man. I don't want to have this kind of discussion with you, Kermit. I think we need to be nice to each other. The world is so mean to us right now that we should at least be nice to each other, or at least try to be nice to each other. Okay? I saw what Kermit did, and I side with Kermit on this thing. And so here's what I'm saying to you: I should not allow you to be on here if you're going to continue to talk like that. Okay? I don't know. Does anybody know what FM Ghost did on Discord? He got into a fight with somebody who said they wanted to speak to me, and it looked very suspicious. Very suspicious. Julian is here. The first cut won't hurt at all. The second one only makes you wonder. The third will have you on your knees. You stop leaving. I stop screaming. Propaganda band. I don't know that song. Is that a song? I assume that's a song. So what I'm going to ask you to do, FM Ghost, is I want you to be nice to the people on here. I don't want you to call Kermit paranoid. I want you to set a good example. Do you think we want you not to be here? That's not the case. We need as many people as possible. Got 32 viewers. If we have 40 viewers, you make up 2.5% of the viewers of this thing. 2.5%. So at any one time. So that's a lot of viewers, and I don't want to ban anybody. The people agree with me. We have to be nice. We have to be nice to each other. We got to be nice to me, especially. Got to be nice to Kermit and Joodles and the women and me, especially. Yeah. Who's got a tumor? Do you have a tumor? UK video clips. The way you get rid of tumors is by going on a low carb diet. That's the only way to do it. Okay, what would make you a whole lot of percent, FM Ghost? It's 2.5%. Ian Higgs is here, liking again and subscribing. That's what we got to do: like and subscribe, like and subscribe. And the way we get people to come and watch this thing is by being as interesting as possible. I'm trying my best, and for you guys to be as interesting as possible. And at least not be nasty to other people. Let people know that this is a safe place. And I think Kermit is checking on that. So that's why you're banned from this. And you know what? I don't know. I'll have to speak to Kermit about banning you here. I don't want to. I do not want to. I see you. Who monitors this channel? I mean, this channel right here. Well, I don't know. I guess I do. Lewis, I always find you interesting. Thank you very much, Claire. But somebody who's just joining the thing, they're gonna say, who is this guy? Who is Lewis Schaffer? Who is? I knew you. Claire always, she's very, very positive to Lewis Schaffer, and I appreciate that. Good luck, Stephen. Big love. Who is Stephen? Is that Mr. Cuff? Who is Stephen? Who is Stephen Joodles? Joodles wasn't here yesterday. She was watching the football match. And, I watched Bros with Froze today. Calvin Robinson channel in discussion with Lawrence Fox. Good conversation. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, Lawrence Fox, we've got to be nice. We have to be nice. I am too much of a coward. And when I'm not a coward, I'm really nasty. So I'm trying my best. Oh, that's Steven. Steven UK video clips. Okay, Steven. Ron Smith, a load of bull. What is a load of bull? I see you. We're up to almost 40 characters, which is amazing. 40 characters. So that's really good. I love Father Calvin and Laza. Yeah, I mean, Laza is a wild one. He is a wild one. He's a wild one. Is a wild one. The Fox and the Priest is a load of bull. Is that like a story? The Fox and the Priest. I mean, he comes from quite a prestigious old family and with lots of history. Almost like like British entertainment acting royalty. And now what's his name? Were they together in the same room? Father Calvin. And Lawrence likes a drink. Don't want to say. You don't want to say. It's not my business to say, but it appears that he does. I don't know. Does he like it? Does he like a drink? That's basically half the British population likes the drink, going down every second now. All is good, says Stephen from UK video clips. I mean, that's what matters. Now, what are we going to discuss today? I like Jack Daniels. Yeah, people like Jack Daniels. They like a Jack Daniels. Nobody ever has a Jack Daniels. They have an entire bottle of Jack Daniels. Nobody goes out and says, I'm just going to have a Jack Daniels. Linda Ronstadt. What about Linda Ronstadt? She was amazing. She discovered the Eagles, and who knows what she did. Does his wife Betty is gorgeous. We're talking about Laza. Maybe discuss half the internet going down today. Yes. The producer says not to worry. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And it's also because he says Amazon controls a lot of websites. That AWS thing, they control a lot of websites. You know, I see you crashed it. Jack Daniels died after stubbing his toe and went gangrenous. Gangrenous, am I pronouncing it properly? Strange watching Calvin smoking a pipe because my father used to smoke a pipe and he was a vicar. I guess he wants to look a certain way. I don't even know what his thing is. He fought with those guys and he left because of those guys, and you got to give the guy credit. I'm not that kind of guy. Windows 11 update is all messed up. Producer, could it be the Windows 11 update?
What's happened?
Amazon crashing. Could it be that?
What are you talking about?
Could Amazon have gone down because of the 11? No. He says no. Okay, so Kerry Mack is here. All right, we're doing really well. Kerry Macca is here. Welcome, Kerry Macca. Welcome, Kerry Macca. Hold on one second. So I don't know. Is that the case? AWS is only part of the Amazon that makes money. Is the only part. The bit we know loses millions and millions every year. But they bought out market share, and I think that's the plan. That's what all these companies do. They basically sell stock to get money, to buy market share, to put the others out of business. But they're worth billions. That's what Google did. That's what Facebook did. They all do that. Not the hubs, the PCs. I know that. That's what I think he's answering that question. So, I mean, what do we do? I mean, half of Amazon. So what does that mean? That our enemies, including the Chinese or the Russians or the Muslims, are going to do stuff like this to weaken us. To weaken us is what they're doing. And that's why we've got to fight. I don't know what we've got to do. We've got to fight. How do we fight? How do we fight to preserve the internet? Maybe one day there'll be no internet. I don't use Amazon that much. You use Amazon if you go to websites, Claire. You don't use Amazon to buy products. That's the public face of Amazon. But Amazon owns a lot of stuff. What does Amazon own? Let's go look and find out what Amazon owns. What does Amazon own? List. Okay, let's go back up here. Let's go back here. Let's go to window capture device. Video capture, that's not right. Window capture. Let's go here. Can you see that? Can you see that on the page? Let's make sure we've got that right. Can you see that on the page? It owns Whole Foods Market. It owns MGM. It owns, I don't know what this is, Zook's Ring. Every time you have a ring, all those videos that come there, they all go through Amazon. Oh my God, it owns One Medical, a membership-based primary healthcare company, PillPack, an online pharmacy. Everything owned by Amazon. Let's see what this is. It owns Twitch. Twitch is huge, though something. It owns Kindle. It owns Prime, Amazon Prime. They make a ton of movies, Amazon. I'm looking at the list here. Can you see the list? It's got 420 billion pounds in assets. E-commerce, media and entertainment. It owns everything here. It owns books. It owns Amazon Pay. You could pay when you go into it's like Apple Pay. It owns everything. You got to give that guy credit. And yet his wife divorced him. AWS, that's all the web pages, right? That's huge. What else does it own? Logistics company, proprietary brands. I guess that's stuff that only they own. That's quite amazing. That's really amazing. Anyway, Lucy's here. Have you seen Jeff Bezos recently? He's barely recognizable. In what way, Lucy? Can you please explain? He's gotten more muscly. MC Scott says, amazing, Lewis. That's Twitch is done after the Hassan dog sock scandal, says Stephen from UK Video Clips. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. What's happening with Twitch? But also, what's his name has been complaining about Twitch as well. Asmongold, my guy, cosmetic surgery. Well, yeah, is there something wrong with cosmetic surgery, Lucy? Should I get cosmetic surgery? Maybe get this thing? How about that? How about this here? Can you see that there? Can you see? Maybe you get that thing. Maybe I should get Botox put in there. This is like the U.S. in the late 1800s, early 1900s, the last of monopolies and laissez-faire governments. They will collapse at some point, though that's a future holiday to look for. Well, some of them might. Well, it's like the trains. The trains. All that money spent on multiple train lines. And they didn't make any money, and then they were taken over by the government. But people made money off of those stock investments, the train track investments, whatever. Bezos, so Lucy Van Pelt is not against cosmetic surgery. Bezos, who had an ancient bridge removed for a yacht in Rotterdam, I guess. Well, that's a Schafferian mess up to actually build something that huge behind a bridge that big. Yeah, so he did. What, can't he be happy? I mean, when the end of the world comes, he's going to be able to escape to a bridge, but he won't be happy because he won't be able to land. And maybe they'll sink his boat. Bad things can happen, even to rich people, maybe even more so. Money sure talks. It's scary, really. Yeah, but then there are other people saying, forget about money. You need hard assets. Well, my flat is a flat of hard assets. Hard assets. Can you see my hard asset over here? Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. It can talk. I think it's important. And yet his wife divorced him. Yes, Joodles. Well, if that doesn't tell you women want and need an awful lot more than money, nothing will. Yeah, she wanted more. You saw what she was doing with Leonardo DiCaprio, did you not? Did you not see what she was doing with Leonardo DiCaprio? She wanted a handsome man. She wanted a handsome man. And then she married, she married her, the school teacher from the school. She thought it was going to make him happy. But there's no happiness. There is no love in this world anymore. That's what Kevin Bezos, that's a friend of mine. That's what Jeff Bezos' wife thought. She thought she's going to find happiness. Can I see your hard asset, Lewis? Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, the point is that women I blame all women for this problem. That's the buzzcocks. There is no love in this world anymore. I don't know. Lewis Schaffer. My girlfriend seems quite fond of me. Well, it's early days. How long you been going out with her, Maltese Phil? Not that long. Not that long. And they could turn on you. They could turn on you. Women can. And men can turn on guys. I feel, and then you look at the woman that Jeff Bezos is with now. She looks, talk about plastic surgery. Maybe she married him. You've been with 3 months. It's still the early days. Because people want more and more, and women want more and more. And that's, when you see a guy reach for stars in the sky, you can bet that he's doing it for some doll. Call it this, call it that, but it's better than even money that a guy's only doing it for some doll. Why are you conflicted? Are you bored with her? I'm still waiting, though, says Gnome Hunter. Perhaps that doesn't apply to younger ladies, and maybe even more so with younger ladies, because they've got more of a choice. I mean, all women have a choice, really, if they just settle for something. I'm in love with Joodles more, yes, and Dame Claire. Yeah, of course, we're all in love with somebody different, But, and then guys get all upset because their girlfriends cheat on them. And you see that a lot. I mean, because I watch a lot of these web chat, and the girl has, been exposed as cheating. I mean, what do they stop cheating as soon as they get married, or stop wanting to cheat as soon as they get married? Men and women. I mean, but what can you do? You can have the Islamic way and kill them. I'm not saying you should do that, and force. I don't know, what is the right way of saying that word? I don't want to use that word. Joodles is blowing you a kiss, Phil. Okay, well, you know what? You can all. One thing, maybe it's me. I'm flexible. It's 46 degrees humidity, and it's 27 degrees in this flat. I've been good, though, in sticking to the restraining orders. But the fact that you consider it good, Maltese Phil, is a sign that you're not great. But all women need to know this, that men are just a step away. And all men need to know that all women are just a step away. 20 degrees and 86, what does that mean? The humidity is 86%? That is too human. Northampton temperature is 12 degrees. Well, what's the temperature here? Take a guess. Everybody take a guess what the temperature in beautiful Nunhead is. The temperature in beautiful Nunhead at this moment is 13 degrees. It's 13 degrees. 14, good guess. We're up on a hill here, so it's maybe a degree taller. It's 26 degrees. No. In Ann Towers, no. It's 27 degrees inside, but outside it's 13 degrees. It costs a fortune to heat up a building like this. I don't want my data, this is what Fontenay says, by Amazon data centers. They're everywhere and use loads of energy. Well, that's why they're building them underwater, to be cooled, to have the oceans cool them. Let's enjoy this while it lasts. Let's not try to hurt any of these businesses, because our enemies are trying to hurt these businesses. They know exactly where they are. They're going to be bombed, possible. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that can happen. Let us pray that our data centers are secure, Google and whatever the other data centers are. Let's pray for that. They're building lots of data centers in colder Arctic areas where there's lots of cold water to cool it down. And you got to give Jeff Bezos some credit. He built up £1 billion He's worth how many billions is he worth? $200 billion? What, are you going to take it away from him and sell it off? No, let him It's not affecting anybody that he owns it, or is it? Tell me why we should. Tell me what the communists, fascists, globalists, team worldists want to do with it. Want to do with all of his money. It's not even his money anymore. You're taking it away from his wife. Whatever her name was, Margaret. Whatever her name. What is her name? Wow, that is right, video clips. Didn't know that, ha ha ha, says MC Scott. Says Northampton, the capital of debt collection shites. Interesting, yeah. Well, they called me for a while back after the last time. I got a lot of calls from the debt collection, and that is not a happy day. That is not a happy day. I should have. It was really bad. I had the credit people come in from, and then they lied to me. They actually lied to me, and they sent me back money without me even asking. They said you have to have this, and it's free, and then they charged me money. I don't know exactly what happened. It was Barclays Bank, and they paid this woman, and we had a lovely time. It was quite lovely to have her come over, and I did not flirt with her. I was I wasn't even well behaved. I didn't even know. But now I wouldn't let a single woman into my flat by myself. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. You couldn't trust the situation. Vatanai says, in what way is Amazon our friend? British High Street has been wrecked by the online business. Don't forget how much wealth transferred upwards during COVID. Novid. Yes, I believe that. But you don't think it would have happened even without Amazon? Vatanai? There is no Amazon. People would have bought online anyway. It was just an inevitability. An inevitability. And, things change. Things change. I could never do that. I was just teasing Lewis. What did Judel say to Lud? I missed that. Please don't call me sir, says UK video clips. Understood. Old catering habit. This is what MC Scott is saying. You can blame Amazon. Remember what Amazon is. We saw the list. Did we not see the list of all those companies? Can you see all of these companies that are owned by Amazon? $420 billion worth of companies. Can you see this? Click on the image. Audible. I missed Audible. Goodreads, all those books. Amazon Echo. What is Amazon Echo? That's a lot of different stuff. Can you see this? Fire. What is Fire? I don't know what Fire is. Anybody know what Fire is? So reasonable wealth creation is okay, but having the ambition of a James Bond villain is different. No, he wants to make it as rich as possible. And then I remember seeing a program about how the stock market works, how it's basically a Ponzi scheme, but it dumps so much money out into the world, which has made the world rich. They're much richer than they've ever been. Places like in Asia and Africa have way more money. They're not starving because of this wealth creation business. You can't, also Fire Stick, online streaming service. That's right. I knew it sounded familiar. Thank you, Kermit, for listening. And what about BlackRock and State Stream? I tend to be against these companies, basically. But this is how we live in the world. It's, what do they call that when everything is congested? Everything is, what is the word? What is the word? That it gets focused into one spot and companies get bigger and bigger and the smaller companies don't. And then there are $1 billion companies, or that, what do they call those companies that are like $1 billion company? Unicorn companies. That's why we're rich. And anybody who wants to take those companies away will drive them into the ground. BlackRock, says Dullahan from Ireland, good to see you, Dullahan, buys up land and other properties. Yes, they do. No, not conglomerates. That's not the right word. where they get focused into one enterprise, bigger and bigger and bigger enterprise, bigger. Can everybody like the stream? There's only 13 likes. No, it's 18 likes. Can everybody like the stream? Let's see if we can get 40 people to like the stream. It's really important to me. Stakeholder capitalism. Yeah, people get rich. And where are you putting your money? You're putting your money into Vanguard stock things, monopolies. They're not monopolies. I mean, they could be. No, they just that these things get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and people. You try to suppress it, Lucy, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It has to ebb and flow, and it's like when I was growing up. You could never imagine a world where Sears Roebuck would go out of business, or A&P, which was like the local supermarket. They were all over the place. You couldn't believe it. But in came Walmart, and slowly, they took over the world. And then one day, when the owners of Walmart are not paying attention, someone else is going to take over from Walmart. So can I buy my Jameson R Orange? What is Jameson's Orange? On Amazon today. Will I be hacked? Oh, I see, Lud. I don't watch the news, so I don't know what happened. Neither do I. I was just told this. I mean, I should watch the news just in case. BlackRock needs to go away. Yes. Well, he was part of the globalist world. I mean, it's up to us to fight these people off, but they've convinced the world that they're doing a good job. And they believe they're doing a good job. It's like I saw the documentary about the guy who played the Nazi in the Tarantino movie, and he was like smiling and laughing. And one of the interviewers asked him, "How did you figure out to smile and laugh to make that guy seem so evil?" And he said, "Evil? I wasn't trying to make him seem evil. He believed that what he was doing is right. He believed that the gas chambers was right. And people do. That's what the dangerous, scary thing is. I don't know what you should do, Lud. I don't know. Should you go online now? I think you might have no choice." Kate Lanning. Hello, Kate. This is somebody new for us. Are you new here? Larry Fink, but Kate Lanning says Larry Fink also wants to buy into crypto too. Of course they do. They want to buy everything. He doesn't own it. How much does he own? Larry Fink of BlackRock. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know who's got money. People thought that. Okay. Thank you very much. I got a message saying the show has been okay. Property in Canada, Australia, the UK, especially rental properties, are being bought up by these companies. Where this happens, rents go up and becoming unaffordable. Sadly, yes. Sadly, I guess yes, but it's a temporary thing. They buy huge things and then they go out of business, and then people buy them for pennies. There is a control. Good times don't last forever. They don't last forever. You think? And how much can rich people, what can they spend it on? Let's say you own a boat like Jeff Bezos. How much of the boat can you live on? How much of the boat can you walk around on? You call it your boat, but you're constantly bumping into, there might be 100 or 200 people working on that boat at that moment. You're not alone. You want to bring your girlfriend onto that boat. People are watching you. So I know what you're saying. It sounds horrible. Maybe you're right. It sounds horrible. Kate Lanning, where are you from? Where are you from, Kate Lanning? Rents go up with mass immigration too. Maybe that's the number one thing that causes it. Maybe that's why they're in favor of mass immigration. You wonder? I've been listening for a while now to your show. Thank you, Kate. Where are you from? How tall are you? You're from the New Forest. Brilliant. I've been down there. It's really beautiful in the New Forest. Is it not? I've been there. Okay, so let me. Kate Lanning. New Forest. I like that name. New Forest. New Forest. The thing with companies we are talking about, the companies we're talking about is they never fail, Lewis. BlackRock has been terrorizing the markets for decades and possibly longer. If they succeed, they will never fail. You know what? That's rubbish. That's rubbish. Companies fail. Think about the huge companies from back in the day. They've had to sell their stock. Like you take a look at the Rockefeller family. I remember seeing they had a convention of Rockefeller people, and not one of them was what you would call rich, which is like over $1 million. You know, and there were hundreds of them, and a lot of them had a lot less than that. So I don't believe that. They do fail. Lou, that's my name, Paul Manning. Would you like to hear my very hastily produced cover version / remix of you singing Tears for Fears song, Shout? Well, why don't you put it on YouTube and I'll repost it. I'll repost it because this show is going along quite nicely. Yeah, so I'm not worried too much about that. I'm worried about mass immigration. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about that kind of change. I mean, there'll always be change, and you can't try to. It's like what happened when the telephone company America was basically privatized. They were semi-private. They had a protection of the government, the AT&T. And the AT&T was forced to break up into 7 or 8 different companies, 9X and West Coast, all this different stuff. And some of the companies didn't do that well, and some did well, and then there were more companies. And back to basics. The people were not rich, but their companies are still around. When one person accumulates many rich, it's only logical that the family will split it amongst themselves, but companies rarely do. That's not true. That's not true, Gnome Hunter. Companies do split it amongst themselves. They sell their stock, which is splitting it amongst themselves. Okay, so, once upon a time, Rockefeller owned most of the United States. What was the oil? Standard Oil Company. And then they had to go on the open market, and people bought bits and shares. So that's what it is. The changes. Okay. I am poor as F, says Video Cliffs, but I have my family. Yeah, that's true too. If it makes you feel better, it's always good to have family. It's always good to have family that love you, and that's why we should love each other. I've been really bad at loving people. I should have been way more loving to my ex-wife, to Rose, to my other girlfriends, to you girls out there. I should be more loving. But it's very easy to say, oh, there's somebody happy. They don't separate stock, Lewis. That is borderline moronic. The separate family wealth, like their real estate and whatnot. Companies are off limits for them. It's a hard one. It's only one that inherits that. No, that's not true. So you've got a guy, they're like, how many great-great-grandchildren? And they all have a little bit of stock, and they want to buy a house. They've got to sell the stock. Nobody holds on. They don't hold on to the stock. Let's Google. You want to Google that? Let's Google who owns Ivor Cummings' YouTube channel. Oh, you mentioned the guy who I really, really love, Ivor Cummings. I went to see him perform live in Southampton. He is great on the Rockefellers. Yeah. I mean, they are bad because they set up this whole globalist thing with the little power, because they would walk in the room and they're a Rockefellers. They thought they must know something. But let's just see who owns Standard Oil now. We're gonna look for this now. Who owns Standard Oil now? Who owns Standard oil now. Okay. No single entity. Can you see this? Can you see this? Well, this is the companies have been broken up, but let's just say who owns Standard Oil? It's all been given into little bits and pieces. They trace their origin to Standard Oil. The successors, I mean, the companies are still around. The names are still around. But that doesn't mean the people. How? I mean, that's not right. Let's pick a company. Who owns ExxonMobil? ExxonMobil right now. ExxonMobil now. Who owns it? Maybe there's a list. List of shareholders. Okay, how about that? Are we looking here? Wait. I haven't pressed the right button. Window capture. There. Can you see this? Can you see this? Let's say. The largest shareholders are Vanguard. They own over 10% of the company stock. Okay? The second largest is 5%. So, and the third largest is State Street, which is nearly 5%. So that's 20%. Who owns the other 80%? Fidelity owns 3%. Geo, even 1% is a major amount of a stock like this. Is a major amount. Okay? And here's an article with 66%. ExxonMobil boasts of strong institutional backing. Yeah, they're owned by institutions because institutions need some security. I don't know what I'm saying, whether you believe me or not. What do you disagree with what I'm saying? I could disagree with myself too. Yeah, I saw him at the Attic. I saw your friend Dominic Frisby at the Attic. Yes, I love Dominic. He's a great guy. It was a great guy. You are not understanding that this isn't about the families. It's about the companies as institutions. That's true. That's true. But look what happened with these companies. They all became DEI insane. And so they basically screwed themselves. Also, the Rockefellers and others like them were broken up under law, not because of the market. Well, they would have been broken up eventually. Eventually, all things fall. The tallest buildings fall. The World Trade Center fell. Those globalist companies encourage disruptive immigration. They do. It's part of the 2030 plan. That's why they're always hitting on our 2025 plan, because they got their own plan. I agree with that. They want mass immigration. They think everybody's alike, and they want socialism. I'm with you, Vatanai. They can't be good on one hand and then plot the decline of nation states. They can't be, but that's why we have to act very strongly to prevent them from doing that. The Sherman Act of 1860, no, it was the Sherman Antitrust Act was like, when was that? 1909? When was the Sherman Antitrust Act? Let's find out when the Sherman Antitrust Act is. Sherman of 1890. Of 1890. Yeah, maybe, here you go. So that says window capture. Can you see that? What happened there? Anyway, the thing about Dominic Frisby is that he couldn't handle acting because of the rejection. Well, you were listening to the show. And that's what my friend Paul says, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that so much. He's got a million different ways, Dominic Frisby, of doing stuff. He's very success-oriented, and he comes from a smart family. I met his dad, very smart. Dad was a fantastic playwright, and then he got divorced, and it just, basically stopped his career. His dad is dead. Lovely guy. Just like my divorce basically made me crumble. So BlackRock, okay. as one of the laws that broke up the Pullman Railway, Standard Oil, and Carnegie Steel plant monopolies. That has not happened in at least 70 years now. That's not true, because they broke up AT&T, and they'll do something else. We don't like BlackRock. Of course we don't like BlackRock because they're not on our team. But I think Donald Trump is going to do something about it. I mean, what can we do? We can just get people not to invest. Where is Vanguard and BlackRock getting the money from? They're institutional investors. So they're getting money from the California Teachers Association, whatever, retirement fund. I forget what it's called. Something for your producer to consider. DSP. Welcome to the show, DSP. This is for you, producer. Michael Savage is on now. Test his new computer system. He had a sound problem and could not find what was wrong. He is now going to upload the shows onto YouTube.
I don't know who Michael Savage is.
Who is Michael Savage again? Is he the guy? He's not the guy who's the Bitcoin guy. DSP 3005. Let's see what it says about that. Let's see what it says. Michael Savage. No. He changed his name. He's best known for the Savage Nation, a nationally syndicated talk show. Let's see. It's aired to 400 stations across the United States. We've got a lot of stations in America. Every little town has its own station in America, and that's what the network is. That's like when they want to air ABC wants to air a program. They can't just air a program because they don't own the stations. They've got to ask. So they maybe own some stations. They got to ask the local owners of the stations, can we add Jimmy Kimmel? So he was born in the Bronx. I was right across the river from Lewis Schaffer. One of 3 children of Benjamin, a Jewish immigrant. His mother was Canadian. He described his childhood as difficult. His father, his younger brother, Jerome, was born with disability. He died in 1969. His father was the owner of an antique shop. Died of a heart attack at 57 years old. And his mother died 33 years later. He went to Jamaica High School, attended Queens College, where my sister went to school, and where he earned a bachelor's degree in biology. So there we go. So he's older. He's older. That means there's hope for Lewis Schaffer. He went to San Francisco. He's a commentator. He's on the radio, on TV. He's got a podcast, Savage Nation Podcast, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Very interesting. Did you guys? You probably didn't see that, but I thought that was quite interesting. Okay, let's get back on track. But yeah, it can happen to anybody. But I would say that the last 132 programs have been rife with technical problems. But I'm doing much better, I would say. Would you agree with that, producer? That the show is getting easier for me to do. He's not paying attention. Okay, he doesn't want me to talk to him, but I can't help myself. I want to talk to him. I'm exhausted. I wish I was well enough to go to work. Well, low carbs, low toxic seed oils, and lose weight. We used to have a guy come in from primary school from Bernardo's who did activities, this is what Kermit says, and discos and things like for us to raise money for charity. He was called Dominic Frisbee, probably a different dude. I don't know. Well, I'll have to ask Dominic. I like live streaming as there is no editing involved. Yes, it's out there. I could edit. I could take out bits. I think I could. I think I haven't taken out bits. I've cut out extra stuff from the end. I've let the show go on. I've had to cut out, dead screen, dead air. I have a suspicion, MC Scott, your producer is still in a huff with you. Get him in front of the camera and butter him up. That doesn't butter him up. He doesn't want to get in front of the camera. And he's not so much in a huff, you know. Girl from Mars, why do you keep crying? Don't cry. Don't cry, girl from Mars. Please don't cry. Lewis, I've just posted the link to your cover of Shout on the Discord. Shout. Okay, my cover song. Yeah, okay. I'll have to look at that. Should I play it here? Should I play it? Let me just see if I can play it. Can you see it there? Can you see that here? How come it's not here? I don't know. Let's just see if it works. Says the track was not found. SoundCloud remixes. I accept. Not of new. I don't. It may not be available here. It may not be available. It may not be available. Okay. It may not be available. We'll have to do it another way. Yes, but I will play. I'm trying to play it, Lucy, but I don't think it's available. I don't know why it's not available. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Full screen. I'm going to try to play it now. Window capture. Window capture. Window capture. Window capture. That's the window capture. Let me see if I can change this in some way. Window capture. I can't tell. Maybe that's it. That's not it. We're learning to get ahead. We're learning to get ahead. That's not it either. It doesn't have it here. Match title. It doesn't have it. Okay, we'll have to figure it out, and we'll play it tomorrow. I am very appreciative of you actually going out of your way to do this for Lewis Schaffer. I do. Mark Therosian is here. He wants to know how we're doing. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. You need to research Circos. Yes, they are. They are. They are. But they are. What, are we going to destroy them? You know, look at America. America has gotten 80% richer than Britain because of these companies. Window capture, window capture, window capture, window capture. Okay, video window capture. No, that's not it. Window capture. I've got to go here to the window capture. I've got to go here to the window. How about this? Maybe this is what it needs to be done. Okay, can you see it here? Can you see the screen? Lucy, you want me to play it? Okay. In the comments, which comments? Scroll down. Okay, let me scroll down. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Look at how great I look. Oh, you made me look too good. Shout. Shout. Hold on, hold on. Let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. I'm talking to you. Come on. Oh, God, that is pathetic. Shout. That is really, really well done, Paul. Manning. That is really well done. I'm going to download that. I'm going to put that up on Twitter. It's kind of pathetic, really. I mean, the way I sound. I look great, though. You made me look great. You made me look like this black and white image. It made me look really, really good. I hope the ladies find that attractive. It's pretty funny, Lucy. UK video clips. It's a nice one. It's really well done. A big round of applause. A big round of applause for Paul Manning for doing that. That's good. I'm going to figure out how to put that up on YouTube so people can see it. That's what I'm going to do. Just put it up on YouTube. Go to the other tabs, Lewis. It's the top. It's one of the tabs at the top. Hold on. Let me get back on track. Let me just clear this out. I always have to remember to get out of window screen. I mean, it's quite good, the window thing. Did you guys all see that? Was it? I don't know what you can and cannot see. But I think it was good. I think it was really done. Really well done, Paul. He'll just die of cringe if he listens to it. Yeah. Do I sound that way? I sound like a whiny, creepy old Jewish guy from New York. The rest of us think it's ace. Well, thank you very much, Joodles. I do appreciate that. I mean, whatever you do, if you sit there and think, oh, this is going to make girls like Lewis Schaffer, please go right ahead. Go right ahead. Or even if you think it's horrible, do it anyway. I think it's good. I think it's good that it could be horrible. I don't mind horrible. Thank you, Lud, for laughing. And we're doing really well. We're almost at 40 people watching this thing. Can you check to make sure you press the like button? All you got to do is drag the cursor to the bottom of the page. 3 rounds of applause from Lucy Van Pelt. That is really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. So I want to thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Joodles, for saying you liked it too. Do I look like Lee Marvin? I mean, Lee Marvin was fantastic. He was a great actor. And then he had a girlfriend, and she sued him for palimony. You remember that? And she was given a gift of £100,000, even though he didn't marry her. And now it's the same thing is happening. If you live with a woman, then she's going to have a right to have the money. And then what's going to happen is men will live with women, and they're going to have a right to the money, and no one will be happy, and no one will be living together. No one will be living together. Girl from Mars. The girls like this thing. Thank you very much, Girl from Mars. That has cheered me up. Thank you. My pleasure. I knocked it out very quickly rather than do the awful cliched thing of tuning your voice. I think it works better with your raw. I wouldn't say my voice is raw, unfiltered, not unfiddled. It is fiddled. Common law wife, that's the new ruling. That's Lee Marvin, if you're thinking of Lee Marvin. I mean, I think they got rid of common law wife, but now they're bringing it back. There's a reason why. It's the state doesn't want to have to pay for women. So they're saying they're willing to take the money for men. Men are the people. I'm not going to discuss it because Lucy will get mad at me, and I love Lucy. You have to remember, though, Lewis, says Joodles, we hear you in the way you cannot hear. That's true. Or I cannot bear. No, I can't bear it. I said that today on the radio, thank you. And we heard it first time round. Your singy nonsense is my favorite thing, at least. And I know I'm not the only one. Well, thank you very much, Joodles. I do appreciate that. I mean, because I grew up in a time when that's all we had was songs. We didn't have podcasting or anything. You had to listen to the radio, and you just listened to songs over and over and over again. Raw and Unfettled, a new show titled Unfettled. What is a fettle? I once looked that up, what a fettle was. Let's look up what a fettle was. Let's look up what a fettle was. Let's look what a fettle was. Let's see if I can do this here. Let's see if I can figure this out. What is a fettle? That's a fettler. That's an actual job. But what is a fettle? The rough edge is a metal casing or a piece of pottery. It's to trim, to fettle. What does fettle mean in slang? It can mean fix or to mend, unfettled, unfixed, unmended. It could also mean something else. We're still looking at Discord. Okay. I mean, I can't play it because I'm afraid they're going to get mad at me. I don't like when they get mad at me, Kermit. What can I do? Is everybody looking at it? Okay. I'm suffering from trauma after being on this stream. I'm going to take YouTube to small claims court for not protecting me from harm. No offense, but it might produce some money. Well, small claims is not enough. I don't know what small claims is in this country, but it's not enough. It's not enough. You fettle a horse. But I think unfettled means untrimmed. That's what it said. Did it not say that? Going smoothly. Yeah, I mean, I never had a good voice, and that it doesn't sound pleasant to me. It doesn't sound pleasant to me. Producer. Never mind. I'll get it myself. Lewis, have you ever read my messages to you? How big are the I haven't seen them. Where is the Oh, okay. I'm on Top Chat. It switched out of Top Chat. It switched out of Live Chat into Top Chat. Where is your messages? I want to read your messages. I haven't seen your messages. I'm not ignoring anybody, MC Scott. I'm not ignoring anyone, MC Scott. I'm not. Where is MC Scott? Where is MC Scott? Instead of writing that to me on Discord, you know what? I mean, no, I don't think maybe I have. I don't remember. What messages did I write on Discord? You're outrageous, Hi Kermit. Though I did watch Rosen Canaughty describe the panel on Cats Does Count On how, quote, people are bred to clean horses' willies and haven't stopped laughing yet. Is that what it means? I would say this, MC Scott. I don't read line for line on Discord. It's quite, I'm here for 3 hours a day. I do read. I do go back there and read. I did go back. If you put it here, I might read it. Cool fear. I'm not a deal breaker. I want to read what people have to say. Andrew Rubin comes in. Lee Marvin did not want to sing Wandering Star during Paint Your Wagon filming. He knew he was tone deaf and wanted it dubbed, but thankfully the director convinced him to have a go. And then what happened was that became a hit song. And because he was being fettled, the horse got its nuts off. Sorry, am I allowed to say that? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. That's why you mentioned Reuben. That's why you mentioned Lee Marvin. Because he sang badly too. One of my favorite comedies is The Sack Race. Anybody heard of it? I've never heard of that. Small claims court in England and Wales, the limit is £10,000. So it has gone up. It's gone up. I mean, in America, it was $2,500. When I left, I think it was $2,500, which is about £2,000. But that was 25 years ago. And the wonderful Clint Eastwood singing, I Talk to the Trees. I mean, yeah, singing is nice. Singing is nice. But I think most people have to learn how to sing. And I've had some bad run-ins with singing. The wonderful Cleese, that's what Joe Sanders says. I mean, women tend to have better voices than men because they know men like nice voices, basically. Yeah. So that's good stuff. I'm going to go Let me just see what I have here. Do I have any of last bit of coffee? And then I'm going to go outside, even though it's raining. Let me see if it's raining outside. You can't tell. But I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to go pick up rubbish. I was given a gift of a rubbish picker-upper, but I like the idea of bending down and picking it up. It's good exercise. I'm going to do a little bit of that. We're talking about all really bad songs. Roisin, it's Irish. What I missed something here. William Shatner from Star Trek original made several music albums for comedy. They all sounded like Lewis Schaffer's shout. Yeah, so what do you think? You think we could put together an album of Lewis Schaffer singing and I'll become a huge star? That would be unexpected. It was terrible. Paint Your Wagon, also terrible. I guess Joe was saying that. Lucy in the Sky was terrible, says Kermit to Lud. Judel says Roisin, it's Irish. There's another brilliant clip where Sean Locke was berated for complaining about English being a shocker of a language when he's called Sean, S-C-A-N. English it is a shocker of a language because it's made up of lots of different languages, combines Germanic, French, Latin. It's made of lots of different languages. Okay, the chicken song comes back to mind. I've got a friend who's called Roisin. I know a couple of girls. No, I know one friend who's called Roisin. Hello, Roisin. Anyway, there is still many men that sing on par with women, like Dio. Yeah, I guess they can. It's a different sound. It's a different sound completely. Gnome Hunter. Star Trekking across the universe. That could be a good title for Lewis Schaffer sings. Off you go into the crappy weather, Lewis. We'll see you later. No, I'm not going to go just now. I shouldn't have even said that. I'm not going to go right now. Thank you, Judels. Okay, true. I think he may have always regretted playing that role. Not quite the man with no name. He probably regretted it. Maybe he didn't regret it. I don't know. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Paint Your Wagon. It was not a big hit when it came out when I was a kid. I don't know what happened to it. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen Paint Your Wagon? No. It was not a big hit. It was not one of Lewis Schaffer's favorite films. The Sack Race was about secret filming. The challenge was to be an idiot and lose your job. The Sack Race. I actually tried to Google Naked. What was that called? Naked. Yeah, Naked. Sack Race. So that's another film. And maybe I'll look that up. Shatner sold huge amounts of those albums. They became a cult thing. Yes, Lud. Yeah, very. They took it off the air. I don't remember why they took that off the air in America. We had 3 years, Star Trek, and then they took it off the air. No, I already came up with a good name for your singing channel, Lewis. We're going with, this is Warmellian, Lewis Schaffer, Un-Maltese filtered. Un-Maltese filtered. I like it, but it's complicated. Very complicated. Maybe. How about Naked Sack Race? Naked Sack Race. That sounds very attractive. Yes. I'd rather he had the energy to come back. Who are we talking about, Blackadder? Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? So that Ron Smith said the Sack Race was about secret filming. Secret filming. Secret filming. I think this has been an all right show. Has it been all right? These shows are getting more relaxed. There's less stressed out. I'm less worried about stuff. I'm not walking away to get more water or something, so I'm not dehydrated. I'd produce that album for free, Lou. The shits and giggles we'd have doing it would be worth it just for the life-affirming therapeutic effect. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Okay, see ya. You want to bring back something for me? Where you going? Oh, okay. Give her my regards. Give him my regards. The boy is going to his mother's house. I try to stop him from doing that. Lewis, singing fuck up comedy session. I mean, I would try my best. I was born on a wither. I don't know what that song is anyway. I would come and give singing lessons, Vatanai says. And we could put them out. Yeah, that would be great. It'd be an amazing show. Lewis Schaffer sing. Or you could take all the little bits of songs from all these shows. And, maybe each one would be about 20, 30 seconds long. You should collaborate with Lewis for an album, Paul Manning. Together you could take the world on. Yeah, Lewis Schaffer. Well, when we hit, and it's coming soon, 1 million followers, we could do something like that. People would buy it. That's when the money comes in. When you get 1 million people, everything's going to be amazing. I was born on a withering vine. Is that the lyrics to that, Lucy Van Pelt? I always hear ice. Ice that should have red. I always hear ice. Genuine question, Lewis. I always hear ice in your water. Is that the ice cube trays, bags? It's ice cube trays. I fill it up myself. Every day, if I take some ice cubes out, I got to fill it up. I fill it up. I eat ice from maybe June, July, August, September. And I had ice yesterday. It might be the end for ice. And that's ice. That's ice cubes. Mixtapes were the best. They were the best. Do a rendition of me and Mrs. Jones, to piss off Elvis. Yeah, we got a thing going on. 5:30 at the cafe or something. Thanks, Lewis. Cool. I did wonder. So Kermit. Joodles is laughing at Kermit's ice cubes, cannibalism. Ice cube. I'm eating ice cube. I mean, I'm a big believer in ice. We have lots of ice. We have big trays here. I remember when I first moved to this country, you couldn't get ice in anything. And if you did ask for ice, if you asked for a Coca-Cola with a little bit of ice, they used to put 2 or 3 cubes in there. And right before the ice, the Coke or whatever got cold, all the ice would melt, destroying the flavor of it. Yeah, Americans like ice. We invented ice. If you Google, I read a really interesting article about ice being sent from New England. They used to put it on ships, ice, to India. And so people in Calcutta used to get ice. Yeah, I've been accused of cannibalism. Anyway, so this has been our show. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody. Gnome. And as usual, before we end the show, let's make sure we're all on Discord. I do check Discord. I can't check every single message, but I'm there. And if I don't get if you don't get my attention, you go to Twitter. Can you see the Twitter thing? Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. I love my son. I love both of them. They're all right. Cruising in my 5.0 with the rag top down so my hair can blow. What is a 5.0? A Mustang? That's the size of the engine. That's a huge engine. So thank you, Video Clips. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Alex. Alex came in late, but thank you. So go to Twitter. So important. Go to Discord. Thank you, Joodle, so much. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Paul Manning, for that video thing. I'm going to replay it. Thank you, Stephen, for UK video clips. Thank you, Lucy, for being here, for brightening my day. Thank you, Ron Smith. Thank you, Ron Smith. To do Ron. Thank you, Andrew Rubin and Joe Sanders and Warmelian, of course, and MC Scott. Thank you, Vatanai. I mean, brilliant. Girl from Mars. Don't cry. Think of. We'll be together someday. Maybe in the same room or something, or maybe we'll be even more. Who knows? We could fall in love. Same thing. So don't cry. We'll all be together. Lud, Joodles, Gnome, we'll be together someday. We'll be together. Lud, remember that song? We'll be together. Let's see. We pretty much everybody. If you haven't mentioned your name, go in and say it. Make sure we like it. Make sure we go subscribe if we haven't. Let's say you've been listening to this thing and you haven't subscribed yet. Let's say you haven't subscribed. Go to the bottom and say, hey, what about me? What about me? What about me, Lewis? Don't forget about me. Pay attention to me, and I'll pay attention to you, because there are times when I need you to pay attention to me. I've got a friend who preaches about natural soap and deodorant. Then she puts bleach on her hair to make it go blonder. Yes. Well, yeah, I'm against all soap because it gets into the nooks and the crannies, and it causes irritation, which causes inflammation, which causes death. And hi, Derry. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Make sure you like the thing, Derry. We're almost on the way home. What else are we forgetting? Hey, you know what you could do to keep the stream going is because we've been demonetized, there's no ads. So count your blessing that I think there's no ads. Can you go to Patreon, Patreon, or PayPal, and Lewis Schaffer? You see the name Lewis Schaffer, and or go to Ko-fi, Ko-fi, Lewis Schaffer on X. That says X. That's my dad, Lewis Schaffer, one word, on X. And, an X. So I'm against bleach, but some people they want to have blonde hair. They don't want to have gray hair. They don't want to have black hair. They want to have a different colored hair. Daryl has liked it. Let me just see what's going on, which we appreciate. Daryl is a girl. Daryl is a girl. Okay, we've got 30 likes. That's really good. 32 people watching now. Okay. So this has been one of the best shows that we've done. I don't know whether you feel it so, but I think it's been entertaining for me. I've been quite happy with you. We'll all be together one day somewhere in Guyana, which is in the Caribbean. Don't take Paul's side. It's not in the Caribbean. It's part of the Caribbean countries, but Israel is part of the European countries. But that doesn't mean it's in Europe geographically. It's a subtle thing, but thank you very much, Lucy, for actually coming in and listening to this. Thank you. I like bleach. Kills the piss smell from the bowl. Maybe flushing it would also kill the piss smell. A mate used to clean his flask with bleach. Yeah. I mean, maybe our world is a bit too clean. I mean, I have to use the bleach to keep the ants away. You want to keep ants away. One night in a disco on the outskirts of Frisco, I was cruising with my favorite gang. The place was so boring, says Julian, filled with out-of-towners touring. I knew that it wasn't my thing. Is that a song? Let me see what song that is. I can check it here. I can go here. I can see what song that is here because I'll go up here. I'll go to window capture. I'll go here. It's Sister Sledge. He's the greatest dancer. Sister Sledge. Not one of my favorite bands or girls or whatever she was. I don't even know what she was. But that's not one of my favorites. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't. There's certain songs that I liked. I'm more of a punk rock guy. That's what I am. It's a classic. I didn't know that. We should meet somewhere nice like Swindon Or Milton Keynes. Yeah, well, Milton Keynes is like, it's out of London. It's in the middle of the country, not really, kind of. How is Israel a European country? It plays in European football leagues. It's considered European by the Europeans, or a lot of Europeans, maybe not anymore. But it's hard to be Israel. But people say that it's part of Europe. Talking Heads are the best. That's one of my favorites. Gonna receiver. Then I got ready to go. Dun, 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 dun. No lovey-dovey. I ain't got time for that now. I love the Talking Heads. Amazing. Okay, so let's say goodbye, everybody. I'm going to say goodbye. Once in a Lifetime. That's an amazing song, Julian. I'm going to go on to Stream Start. I'm going to turn the sound off. If the sound is still on, if you can still hear me walking around, let me know. Okay? You meant meet his Slough. You didn't meet... Well, Slough is also... it's kind of easier for the rest of the people, maybe people in Kent or Cornwall, to reach. There are a lot of Europeans there, namely European Jews. But that would make it European. In certain categories, well, why is it playing in whatchamacallit, in Eurovision? Why is it in Eurovision? Why is it in European football competition? Birmingham, Milton Keynes, or London. Okay, well, we'll see. Albania is a European country. That's also true, and they're not quite Lucy Van Pelt. I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to go to Stream Start. I'm waving goodbye, everybody. I'll see you at 10:30 tonight. 10:30. Throw a $5 in or more for this. Keep the stream going. Thank you, everyone. Okay.